everybody, and welcome back to another episode of my Let's Play series. My name is Leah with Lady Axe Gaming. If you are new here, I would like to welcome you, and if you are a returning viewer, I would like to welcome you back. Again, this is episode 18 of my Minecraft survival series, and we are just going to get right into it today because I have quite a bit of things that I would like to get done, starting with my starter house. As you can see, I have a bit of a roof problem. The roof on the tower is looking quite nice, but the main roof itself over my bedroom is looking a little rough. I have been staring at this thing every time I walk by it, and I just need some help. So we are going to fix that up today, and then I have a couple of other goals planned for this video, so you're going to have to stick around and find out what we are going to get up to today. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. We are going to go into the Nether for part of the episode. I think probably a bit of a build heavy episode, so hope you guys don't mind. So if you want to stick around for that, please do. And if you haven't seen me before, or you aren't subscribed, I highly recommend clicking that subscribe button. Let's go ahead and get into it. I did spend some time collecting up some of the resources that I'm going to need for today. So I'm going to go ahead and get some things ready. I'm going to go ahead and stick a chest out here with all of the lovely stuff that I'm going to need. I probably got way more than I need, especially for my roof, but I always like to be a little bit prepared. I tend to be, underprepared for most of my builds, so I want to try and be better about being a little bit more prepared going into the future. And I'm going to grab a couple of the other blocks that I want to use, namely some of these copper blocks. I don't think I'm going to need a lot more because most of the copper is already on top of the roof, so I don't think I'm going to need much more. I do want to add some decorations to the outsides of the house as well. I would like to add some more maybe landscaping, add some pretty bushes around the house, just to give it a little bit more detail, because it's missing it's missing that. So like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and grab up some of these blocks that I think will help with that. So let me do that. I'm gonna go ahead and collect these resources, and then I will meet you guys back outside, and then we'll get right into fixing the roof. It's probably not going to be a very long segment, it'll just be a quick little snap and we'll be done. And then we will move on to the rest of what we have planned for this video. So I'll see you in a few minutes. All right, so now as you can see, I have a little camp here, and I think I have all the resources that I'm going to need. There's some extra here that I might use for the outside of the house. And I did grab a bunch of the new wood type because I'm loving the new wood type. I think I'm going to see what that will look like real quick, if it will either help or hinder the build in any way. So let's get our scaffolding up there. We can maybe go up here like this. And then we want it like right under the window, because if we have it right under the window, I don't know if you're going to be able to see I wasn't really thinking of that. You're not going to be able really to see the planter or the plants inside of it. So maybe we could come down a little bit and maybe not have it directly under. Maybe we could have like a little windowsill. I don't know. I guess we'll just have to see how this pans out. Okay. All right, let's see how that looks. Oh, I think I like that. And that really did just kind of elevate that spot. If that didn't reach the floor, I could probably add a little bit more to that window. Let's go up there and see real quick. Sorry, we're just kind of working out a little bit of the detail before we get going on the big stuff. you would probably see the floor through the window. Is that a big deal? Is it a big deal to see the floor through the window? I don't know. I really would like this window to be a little bit, like, have a little bit more depth or width or whatever to it. Size. I'd like the size to be different. Let's see here. Is that gonna look weird? It's definitely kind of a more awkward window, but I mean, our starter base is kind of supposed to be a little bit more awkward. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, that really, tell me that didn't help that at all. I think it helped it quite a bit. And then with the little planter on the outside, if we add some bushes in there, I think that's grand. Okay. And then maybe we can do a few others. Or maybe we could just add a few shutters to the outside of the window. I mean, that really is already doing so much for this house. And I know that I do eventually want to add a chimney, maybe a couple chimneys on the top of the house, just to give it a little bit more character on the top itself. But we'll probably do that after we put the roof in, or after we fix the roof, and maybe add a few more details. So far, I'm really liking the way this is going. I'm not quite sure what kind of plants I want to put up there. You know, maybe as I'm going and I'm detailing the roof out, maybe I'll kind of ponder and assess kind of what I want the details to look like on this house. And maybe if we get a better bird's eye view of it, that will help. Oh, we've got a dirt block over there. We're definitely gonna have to fix that. Yeah, I think I do want a couple of chimneys coming from this, and I might even fix the roof so that maybe it has a couple of spires coming off of it, or like spikes. I don't know. I kind of want to add a little bit more detail to the roof. I don't want to do too much more to it. I really like how it looks, but I just want to add a little bit more character to it, if you will. But I think for now, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of leave what we've done. And I'll probably add some plants into that. And maybe I'll do something to the small roof definitely needs a chimney because we have the furnace in there, and I think that would give it a lot of, you know, it would just add to the story. Yeah. Now I'm going to go ahead and we are going to just do a quick little, we're just going to snap our fingers and it's going to be done. So I'm going to go ahead and count us down, and when I turn around, it will be all complete. Ready? 3, 2, 1. And it is finished. Well, sort of. I mean, starter houses are always kind of a work in progress, and it looks to me like I accidentally forgot to put some flowers in that flower pot behind my head. But I'll have to do that later. But as you can see, the roof is looking so much better. I love the mixture of the tuft and the different copper block variants. I think it just adds such a great bit of character to the roof, and now it's not gonna be sticking out like a sore thumb anymore. As you can see, I did add a little bit of detailing to the top of the roof like I talked about. I added some kind of like what do you call those? I really don't know. Some ridges, you know? And I also added some accents to some of the windows and the landing pad for when we get our elytra. I really love the accented colors using the new pale wood types, and I think it looks really grand. I think just that little bit that I've done really did help out a lot. And then if you come down here, you can see that I've started etching out a little pathway down to the lake. I do want to fill this out a little bit more and maybe add like a little pier, maybe right here, and like another little docking area for a boat. I think that would look really cute. I did cover the foundation. So if you go under here, I mean, it's just bare grass, and I really was not really thrilled with that. So I went ahead and just covered that up with these pale trapdoors, and I think that actually really added a lot to this build. And then of course the regular trapdoors, And I did go and add a couple of window sills and some shutters to some of the windows and added the little awning over top. On this side, I really didn't get a chance to do that because this is kind of an awkward window. This is the 3-pane window, and I wasn't quite sure how to decorate this side just yet. I might come up with something, or I might just leave that. I haven't really done much with the back. Like I said, I do eventually want to add like some chimneys going up to maybe fill out the back a little bit. I'm not really sure. I might even extend this some more and maybe add another storage area or something to the back. I definitely think the back needs a little bit more decoration. And so it's not going to stay bare forever, but for now I can't quite figure out what I want to do back here. So we'll have to figure that out. Maybe a little stable for our horse. Maybe we'll add another little stable for our horse over here so he can be closer to us. I'm not really sure. What do you guys think? And then I did add a little bit more decoration behind on the tower, kind of the same throughout the whole part of the tower where you've got the pale fences and then the spruce wood accenting the windows. And then on this side I did that as well. I decided to go ahead and sort of lengthen out this window and then added the spruce wood accents and the pale wood accents. I wasn't sure how I was going to like the pale wood, and I actually didn't even think about using it until, I mean, literally as I was starting to film this part of this episode. So I'm really liking it. I think it really adds kind of a pop of color, you know, to the build. Instead of just being all grays and browns, it really does kind of, I don't know, I think it accents it really nicely. And then I did add some plants to give even more color and detail. But yeah, I think that really did add quite a bit of something to the build. I'm really loving that. And then I'll probably do this next part, the dock and stuff, in a different episode for you guys. I don't want to focus on that this episode just because I have a lot of other things that I want to get to. But before we move on to the next little project, I've been working my way up to get mending on all my tools and my gear. So I have been doing a lot of trading and stuff off camera with the villagers to get emeralds so that I can then purchase the mending book from my mending villager. So far I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3 tools that have mending on it, so I need my sword and my shovel, and then the rest of my gear. So what, 1, 2, about 6 more items that I would love to get mending on. I'm gonna go ahead and just gather up a bunch of tradables for my villagers, and then we're gonna go trade with them, and then we will move on to the next part of this episode. We've already got 22 emeralds, and at this point, my mending villager, he's still kind of pricey. I think I'm going to need to maybe think of another way to get him to give me some cheaper prices on the mending books. Like, you know, maybe zombifying him and healing him and all that jazz, but I don't want to do that right now. I just can't be bothered, so we're just gonna, you know, we're gonna do what we can to earn emeralds from him, probably the hard way. Okay, let's see, do we have enough pumpkins? Oh, oh yeah, okay. So let's see what he will, that's 3. Give me beetroot. That's 5 more. 27. He always asks for about 34 emeralds and a book for the mending book. So, let's see. Where's my... Oh, there you are. Hello. I'm only going to get 1 from you. And then we'll put that in there. Now, that wasn't quite a lot. We'll probably have to do this throughout this video and work our way up to getting our next mending book. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and just leave it at that. Now that we have kind of done a little bit of trading with the villagers and we've gotten our house all nice and spiffied up, we're going to go ahead and move on to the second part of this episode, which is going to require a trip to the Nether. All right. So for the last 18 episodes now, or a little less, because I don't remember when we actually got the Nether portal set up. I think it was in this couple episodes after we found our spawn or our little living quarters. But we got this set up and I've been here kind of ever since. Well, I know in the beginning I talked about possibly doing a build right here. I think I'm going to turn down my ambient noises. Hang on. And hostile creatures, let's go down a little bit. Not too much because I want to be able to hear them if I need to. Okay. Will that help a little bit? I think so. Okay, so I've been having the portal down here, and I did talk about possibly doing a building in this area for my portal, and I'm still I might do that, but I'm going to take you up to the spot that we are going to be using for this next project, and I'm going to kind of tell you and kind of explain to you why I'm choosing to do this next project in the way that I am. So if you come up here, you're going to see that I've been doing quite a bit of digging. I've been tunneling through kind of not quite the roof of the Nether, but close enough to it. Now, we are not going to blast through the Nether roof just yet. I am not ready for that. That's definitely going to be a probably mid to late game goal for myself. But since we don't have an elytra or ender chest or anything like that, I am not going to deal with building on the Nether roof at this time. But for the last couple episodes, you guys know that I went quite a few thousand blocks away from our original spawn point to build all of those Christmas builds that I did. I did a bunch of holiday builds. If you guys missed that, you can check it out. I have the playlist, and it's part of this survival series, so you can watch it in this survival series playlist. I'll link those up at the end of this video for you if you want to go back and watch them. I highly recommend you do because it was so fun making those. But anyways, if we come down if we come down over here, you're going to see that the tunnel, I mean, it's rather lengthy, but it makes quite a bit of a 90-degree turn. And I've actually spent some time over the holidays kind of widening this out, and it's actually going to get even wider. So if we go down here, if we were to travel down this for about 5 minutes, this whole tunnel right here is directly in line with the portal that goes out to my little Christmas village. And I'm not going to do this part on camera with you guys. I want to do the main chunk of this tunnel here from my main portal to the end right here. And then as we find things in the Nether, the next thing I really want to find is a bastion, because I want to find the template for the netherite armor, because I would love to get netherite armor before we go and fight the dragon. But as we find things, we can make little offshoots to those areas. And part of what I want to do today is I think I want to try and tunnel my way over to the Nether fortress that we found, to have the access to that as well. That's going to be quite a bit of a ways out. Or what I might do is I might build out this part of the Nether tunnel just to kind of give you an idea of what I want it to look like. And then as time moves on, I will start adding on to the different portions of the tunnel later on in the future. And I might just do this part for you guys on camera, and then the rest of it I will do as I go, kind of off camera and when I have time to do it. So right now, what I want to do is I want to build, like I said, kind of a little bunker. I want to kind of go a little bit of ways away, because this is actually going to get widened out even more, but this is actually going to widen out a little bit more. It's going to be ice and then some deep slate, and then the decoration part is going to start probably right about here, and then Probably right about there. So it's going to be about a 5 wide tunnel altogether, but it's not going to feel too wide because most of it's going to be decoration, and then the rest is all going to be the ground level. But while I'm doing that, I want to be able to have a spot to, like I said, have like a little bunker off to the side of it so that I can have all my tools and stuff and all the, you know, necessary equipment to build this magnificent tunnel that we're going to build here in the Nether. And I'm super excited to finally get to start building more intricate things in the Nether. And I really think you guys are going to like this tunnel. I spent a lot of time kind of tweaking it and working on the design for this tunnel because I really wanted to just, you know, make it something that I was going to enjoy. I had thought about just kind of leaving all of this as netherrack, but then I was like, you know what? No, this is my forever world, and I want to come back here as we are, you know, exploring. And, you know, I don't want to feel like it's just kind of lazy. I don't want to be lazy, I guess, if you will. So let's go ahead and fill this in. Build ourselves a little bunker. I think what I'll do is I'll make the floor slabs. I'll light it up in here. That way I don't have the chance of things spawning in here, and we don't want them to. There we go. And see, now I can put all of my belongings in this chest, and I will be able to access it easily when I need it for this build. So I think this should be okay. All right. Now I definitely can't have a bed in here because it will explode. Get ourselves ready. And then I'm also going to need a bunch of warped wood. So oops, I don't know why I did that. Okay. I will probably have to go get myself a couple of, quite a few bits of warped wood as well. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to film a little montage of doing some resource gathering for this next project. And then once I'm done there, we will get right into designing this this really awesome nether tunnel that I am so excited for. So let's go. Montage time. So here's to hoping we got enough of the resources that we are going to need for this nether tunnel that we're going to build today. What I want to do is I kind of want to show you guys what it's going to look like. So what we can do is I will go ahead and start building like a section of the tunnel just to kind of give you guys a sneak peek at what it's going to look like. And then from there, I can kind of build it, and then we can kind of just do a snap our fingers type thing to have it all finished. Okay, so I'm going to choose this section right here for now because this is right above the nether portal, and I haven't moved it yet. I do want to move it up here, and I want it to be in the wall up here somewhere, but I haven't quite figured that out yet. So I'm going to go ahead and start the tunnel here. I hope this doesn't make it offset. Ooh, that would be really, disappointing if it was off. And I haven't really taken the measurements for this tunnel, so, I mean, we could have a little bit of an offset tunnel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, I think at this point, I'm going to use the floor as kind of my guide. So we're going to just break this out enough to lay down the first set of tiles. So this is gonna be kind of edging the pathway. And this pathway eventually is going to be made of packed ice, I'm thinking, because that will help. And then I can bring boats up here and kind of travel a little bit faster in the nether, in this nether tunnel. But I'm going to have to get the ice a little bit later. How I did this was have a stair here like that. And we're going to push this back a little bit. And I need to be able to do this like that. We're going to turn this one around. And I think it's only too wide because then the trap door, I don't have the I have a screenshot of this on my computer, but it's not in view right now. So we're going to do the trapdoors like that. And yes, this is all made out of the warped stem. Oh no. We already have run into an issue. We might have to come down by one. All right, let's shift this right now before we go any farther. We're going to come down at least 2 blocks from where we were, and hopefully that will give us enough space so we're not hitting the nether roof. All right. So we'll go just a little bit deeper. That's going to be a bit of a problem getting that section in because there's literally a big hole in the ceiling right there. Although I'm sure we can figure that out, right? Okay, so let's take this right about here. Oops, we're gonna lock this in. So hopefully we don't accidentally stare at an enderman. Okay, so now this should be low enough, and you'll see why I need it to be low enough, because I don't want it to hit the nether roof. We're gonna do the same thing that I just did, but hopefully at the right height. Actually, I'm gonna use the netherrack as hopefully to save on wood. Okay, so we're going to do that, and that, and then we're going to put the trapdoors in place. I'll do this end part first. And then get into the wall here. And then this is going to end up being a shroom light. And the trapdoor will go over that as well. And then this middle section here is going to be just the regular warped stem, not stripped. So like that. And then we're going to put some more trapdoors here. All right. And then the next part of this is going to be some blackstone and quartz. This is where we're going to use the blackstone and quartz. And I need to take a quick moment to get a reference from the screenshot I took so that I make sure I get this correct and I don't have to keep redoing it 20,000 times. So I will be right back and I will finish this up here in just a minute. Give me 2 seconds. All right. So it was exactly how I remembered. So then this part is going to be the blackstone, and it's gonna literally butt up right against the warped wood. This is gonna go all the way up, and this is gonna come. Oh nope, this has to go the other direction. It's gonna come like that, and then we're gonna go into the wall about 2 blocks deep. And we're gonna go about, it's a 3x3 section. Now, eventually, in the mock-up, this was literally just a 3x3 of quartz. Okay. But my vision is that some of these sections will open up and be the tunnels to the other areas of the Nether that we eventually discover, so to speak. So I want them to all be kind of uniform, so that way, you know, it looks nice. And if we do tunnel off in one direction, it doesn't look off or anything, you know. I don't know if that makes sense, but I love everything kind of looking more uniform. Okay, so this actually needs to go upside down like that. And then this comes out like this. These, oops, no. I probably make a lot of those mistakes. That goes like that. And then this is going to come out. No. And then this is going to hug the pillar again. Okay. And then we've got this cool little section here that is also made for a shroom light. There we go. And then this here, of course, is going to be all the tile, the deep slate tile. And it's slabbed because that's the best way to spawn proof the builds in the Nether. Okay. All right, so let's take a step back. And so that's just, well, let's finish this end cap here, and that will really kind of seal the deal. And you see why I need to go one or two below, because now we're not touching or breaking through, or we're not worried about hitting the bedrock. And I don't think it's even gonna matter if we go up a little bit, because the roof is going to kind of mimic the floor. And so I don't think that that's actually going to be an issue once we get the roof in. Because really, all I'm going to do is use the slabs, and I'm going to try and kind of make the roof a little bit more angled or rounded off. Kind of like that. And it'll be like that all the way down. And it's going to look really nice, you guys. I think you guys are really going to like this when it's all done. I know, I love it. I can go ahead and kind of start the process over here. And I do have to have this bottom one be the warped stem because it peeks through, and so I don't want it to just be the nether rack. So I need another slab here. Another stair. And of course, if we go on the other side, this is going to look way, way more silly. Because I don't have anything to put on the back of this build or on the wall. And so hopefully we will never have to see the back of the wall, but if we do, we're just gonna ignore the fact that it looks atrocious. Okay. This. Oops. I'm going to probably be doing that a lot. And this will definitely show me whether or not I have enough for this, which I am kind of getting that feeling that I do not have enough. And then the brick, or the quartz, sorry. Right about here. Hey, look, there's some quartz in the wall. It's probably actually better that I'm doing it down this way so soon, because down there, I don't have much of an issue with falling through the holes and there's not the big ravines like this down there. And so this is probably better to get this more complicated area done a little bit sooner. Nope, I don't want you there. Okay. Okay. This. Come around and make sure we get it in the right. Am I already out of stairs? Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to go make some more stairs. So I got some more steps, and now I'm just kind of filling out these last two sides here. Nope. Maybe I should go get some ice. Let's do the roof section, because I think that will really help with the immersion of it all, and then you'll really get a sense of what I'm going for. I mean, I'm sure you do already. I just want to, I like having kind of like a finished product for you guys. So let me finish the roof, and then we will move from here. And I'm just going to put in the last, 2 trapdoors looks like. And there we are. So this is basically just one section on both sides of what the tunnel is going to look like. So now what I'm going to do is I am just going to snap my fingers again, and this whole tunnel is going to be completely done. I severely underestimated just how much I needed in resources for this tunnel. And I found something while I was working on gathering some of those resources that I am really excited to show you guys. But I'm going to show you guys that at the very end of this video. First, I want to show you kind of what we've gotten done with the tunnel. It is definitely in no way complete, but this video is getting very long. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how far I've gotten, and then whenever I get it done, I can do like a grand reveal of the tunnel all complete. And I realized that I have a whole nother section of the tunnel to do, because like I said, I want to continue the tunnel over to the Nether fortress. So yeah, this is a big project, a big undertaking, and I think I severely underestimated just how big of a project it was and is. So I'm gonna have to chew off a little bit at a time. Here is what I've done. So as you know, I did this section here, and if you can, I'll come down here. I've actually added the portal. I linked this up to the one that goes out to our starter base. And it was a cinch. It was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. So that was nice. Now I don't have to worry about traveling up and down the little staircase that I had made. This makes it so much more convenient. So I'm really glad that I did that. And then I just started continuing along down the tunnel, and I did the roof. I added a lot of the deep slate down down the tunnel, because I wanted just to see how much I was going to need. And then I ran out of quartz. So what I started doing was marking out where the quartz walls or the quartz blocks were going to go. And then I just kind of went with what I had. I did end up having to stop, like I said, to gather more resources. And then I attempted to try to continue it on a little bit more. And this is about how far I've gotten on the whole tunnel situation. And then as you can see, I have been working on widening this out. just to make it a little bit more easier when I do end up getting when I do finish getting all of the resources that I'm going to need, then I can just come in here and start building, and I won't have to worry about digging this out too much. But I'm really happy that I was able to kind of show you guys what this nether tunnel was going to turn into, or how I wanted this nether tunnel to look. It is a really big project, but it's something that I am really excited for and proud of how it's turning out already, and it's going to make things so much nicer when I'm traveling through the nether. I'm not really going to have to worry too much, you know, unless we're going to a new place that has lots of mobs and gas and stuff. But it'll make it a little bit easier getting back and forth. Anyways, I'm going to meet you down where I found this awesome structure, and then we will do the big reveal. I am so excited for this. Let's go. All right, guys, so we are down where the structure is at. Oh, I think I can see it right there. Do you see it? Do you see what I see? That, to me, looks like a bastion, which is super exciting because you guys know that I've been talking about looking for a bastion because I want to find the netherite, the smithing template for the netherite gear. Is that what it's called? I think it's actually called something else. Not a smithing template. It's the oh man, I can't remember what it's called. Jog my memory for me, will ya? But anyways, I was gonna do a whole episode about going and searching for the bastion so that we could find the netherite template. Oh, the duplication template. I don't know what it's called. Anyways, and I ended up finding it. So we aren't going to have to do a whole episode on finding it. We can definitely do an episode about going into the bastion and finding the netherite armor template. And it's something that I've been wanting to find, like I've said, because I want to get a full kit of netherite gear. So that'll be really fun to do that. But like I said, since this episode is going to be a little bit longer than I was hoping, we are going to go ahead and end it here, and then I will finish up the tunnel that we were working on, and I will reveal it to you hopefully sometime in the near future. I hope you all have a wonderful day, week, month, year, wherever and whenever you're watching from. Until next time, this is Lady Axe signing off. See you later.